So, today we're going to talk about something that could fundamentally change not just how you work, but what your work even is. We're looking at how these new technologies are becoming way more than just tools. They're becoming our partners, partners that can help us totally reshape our jobs from the inside out. And this question, this gets right to the heart of it. I mean, really, just stop and think about that for a second. What if you could literally strip away all the parts of your job that just drain you, and instead amplify the stuff that you love, the stuff that uses your best skills? It might sound like a fantasy, but it's becoming a very real thing. And this idea, it actually has a name. It's called job crafting. This isn't your manager giving you a new title or some top-down reorganization. No, this is a bottom-up thing where you take the lead. You proactively tweak and change what you do to make your work a better fit for you. And the big difference now? You've got a seriously powerful new ally to help you do it. And yep, that ally is your new AI partner, your AI co-pilot. This is the real catalyst here. It's the key that unlocks our ability to do this kind of deep, meaningful job crafting on a scale we've just never seen before. So what exactly are we handing off to this AI co-pilot? Well, it's not the strategic, creative stuff. As you can see, it's the tedious, repetitive work, the grunt work. Things like summarizing huge piles of research, plowing through routine numbers, drafting those first versions of reports, all the tasks that eat up our time, but don't really need our unique human brain power. By offloading all that routine stuff, you're not freed up to just kick back and do less. No way! You're freed up to do better work. You can actually reshape your role to focus your energy where it makes the biggest difference, on big picture strategy, on creative problem solving, and on that kind of critical thinking that, let's be honest, machines just can't do. And listen to this. The data totally backs this up. A huge study found that when consultants started using generative AI, their speed shot up by 25%. That's pretty cool. But the really mind-blowing part is that second bar. The quality of their work jumped by a massive 40%. This tells us it's not just about being faster, it's about being significantly better at what you do. This quote just nails it, doesn't it? The whole philosophy here isn't replacement, it's elevation. The AI takes care of the routine, which gives you the time and the mental space to actively craft your job into something more, to take on more complex, more valuable, and frankly, way more interesting challenges. Okay, so this new way of working, it kind of needs a new kind of office to happen in, right? That's where the second big piece of this puzzle comes in, the XR collaboration arena. Think of XR, or extended reality, as the digital stage where these new, custom-built roles and human AI teams can really shine. Now, XR is way more than just a cool gimmick. Sure, it makes you feel more connected with things like avatars and shared virtual spaces, but its most critical job for what we're talking about is making the work visible to everyone. The whole team can see what the AI is being asked to do and what it's producing, all in real time. That transparency is everything when it comes to coordinating these new roles and making sure two people aren't doing the same thing. And all this visibility helps build what researchers call a transactive memory. It's a bit of a nerdy term, but it basically means the team gets a shared brain. It's this collective, instant understanding of who's good at what, who's working on what piece of the puzzle, and where to go for help. When roles are constantly evolving, having this is absolutely crucial to keep everything running smoothly. Okay, so we have the AI partner, and we have the virtual arena. This all sounds fantastic in theory, right? But how do you actually make it happen? Let's dive into the practical playbook for this. The very first step is actually pretty simple, but it's incredibly powerful. It's called task decomposition. All you do is take a big project and you break it down into all its little tiny pieces. Then, for each one of those microtasks, you make a strategic call. Does this need a human touch, some real judgment, and have a big impact? That's human-led. Or is it more routine, more analytical? Boom, that's a perfect job for AI Assist. So, once you've divided up all the tasks, you can pick how you want to work with the AI. In Centaur mode, you and the AI are working super closely together, like a real brainstorming partner. This is amazing for creative work and untangling complex problems. Then there's Cyborg mode, where you give the AI a clear task and let it run with it. That's all about speed, precision, and efficiency. The key is to strategically jump between these modes depending on what you're trying to do. So we've got the technology and we've got the playbook.
But none of it, and I mean absolutely none of it, is going to work without the final and honestly the most important piece of this whole puzzle. And it has nothing to do with software or headsets. It has everything to do with people. So here's the bottom line. The biggest factor that will decide if this succeeds or fails isn't how smart your AI is or how cool your virtual reality setup is. It is, and it will always be, the culture of your team.
And specifically, we're talking about something called psychological safety. It's that shared feeling on a team that it is 100% okay to take risks. It's safe to throw out a crazy idea, to challenge the status quo, to critique something, even something the AI produced. And most importantly, to be able to say, oops, I made a mistake, without any fear of being shamed or punished.
And this really lays out the two paths you can go down. It's a stark choice. When you have high psychological safety, people feel free to critique the AI, which actually makes it better. You get real, genuine job crafting and true innovation. But in a culture of fear, where everyone's afraid to speak up, you get shallow, performative AI use. People just go through the motions, and all that incredible potential just evaporates. This is exactly why psychological safety isn't a nice-to-have. It is absolutely non-negotiable. It's the foundation that allows people to be honest about the AI's work, to experiment and figure out new ways to collaborate in a virtual world, and even just to say, hey, this headset is making me dizzy, without feeling silly. Without that safety, the whole amazing system just falls apart.
And that's really what it all comes down to. The AI co-pilots, the XR worlds, this isn't science fiction anymore. They're here, and they're getting better fast. The tech will probably be the easy part. The much harder and way more important question is the one you see on the screen right now. Is your culture ready for it?